Is it on?
Yep.
Okay, so we've made the 10 micromolar, 1 mil, 10 micromolar of forward and reverse, which we're going to need for the recipe. The original 100 micromolar, there's such a small volume in there that it's really probably not going to be usable, so I would just throw these guys out, which is what I'm going to do. This is pretty full. I'm going to empty it. And now we have to mix our recipe. So I like to see if it's possible to keep everything in one of the 1.7 mil tubes. So just to have like an idea of how much this whole thing is going to be. This is 1.5, 0.5, and this is 1. So now I'm nervous doing math. 17, 14, 18, 36. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be more than 1.7 mils. So we're going to use the big 5 mil tubes that we have. So there's advantages and disadvantages to using this guy. So when you can't fit your entire recipe in a 1.7 mil tube, you have two options. One, put it into one of these big guys, which is a 5 mil tube, or you can divide all your volumes in half and have two 1.7 mil tubes with half of each volume of your Master Mix recipe. However, I'm of the school of thought that I'd rather have all the right volumes and all the right concentrations in one area. The one thing with this guy is that we can't spin it down, so you have to do your best to make sure that you don't have too much, too many droplets on the sides of your tube. So, yeah, I'm going to use this. You can also divide it up in two of these, kind of how you feel, how you are as a pipetter. I would rather have everything in one area. I'm changing my gloves. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take these things out for a minute, and I'm going to use this as a holder for my 5 mil tube. These guys are already closed, so I'm just going to go into the bag and get one, though you can always just dump it out as well. And I'm going to label this as Gold Master Mix. So we have 4 ingredients. Oh! I have to dilute the probe. Forgot about that. Here we are with 100 micromolar of the probe. It says that it's 32 microliters. So what would that be? Or what if we did 30 microliters
into 270? Yeah.
That would be 10 micromolar. Gently vortex, spin it down. We want 270 microliters. Do this guy. Okay, that's like my least favorite part of everything science is taking the stupid tubes out of the bag. Okay, here's my vat of Go to T probe 10 micromolar KH. Very good. I want 270 microliters of water. pre-wetting. Just make sure there's drops on the side. And then I'm taking 30 microliters of the probe. So I'll use this one. Okay. I'm going to put the original probe back into the ice because I'm not going to throw out the probe. I'm just going to keep it in case we ever need it.
Okay, I'm going to take a break.
Hey! So, new pair of gloves. I have diluted my primers. I've diluted my probe to the right concentrations. They all needed 10 micromolar. We have the Quantitech Master Mix. We've made the serial dilution of the standards. We have vortex and spun down the samples and the standards themselves. Have them laid out here. The next thing we need to do is to make the full-on recipe. So I have the volumes here, and I'm going to use the 5 ml tube. So I'm just gonna like move these big tubes just to make space here. So in here is where I will mix all things Gold 2 TACman qPCR. So I like to do the biggest volumes first. Here's the Quantitech Master Mix. I'm just going to do a quick, gentle vortex and spin down. And we need 687.5 microliters. So I'm going to take 687, and this pipette doesn't have decimal points, so you basically just put it in between, halfway between the 7 and the 8 there. So 687.5 looks like that. And I'll use the big tips. Pre-wetting. And then I like to put it down here because I'm really concerned with making sure I don't have too many droplets on the side. So I want to like put everything get everything to the bottom of this tube as possible. Okay. Next is the water. So we need 288.75 microliters of water. So that's really complicated. 288 when we want 0.75, so this is my best guess at 0.75. Do you concur?
Yeah. I mean, you
just gotta do it.
You just gotta do it.
And then I'm gonna use,
I guess the question could be, why not use smaller pipette twice, but
yeah, I think I'm someone that likes to do everything the all at once part of it, as opposed to doing it with multiple 3 rounds of pipetting would introduce any other variability. So I put it in at the bottom of the tube, and then I'm pre-wetting, or I'm not pre-wetting, I'm mixing with the pipette tip in case, just to get everything off the sides of the tip. Next is 123.75 of each primer. This may be an instance where we'll use. No, I'm gonna use this guy.
Yeah, just use that guy. Yeah.
123.75. So I'm gonna do forward. Reverse is next. Same volume of the reverse. Just get it back up. And the last is probe, where we need 41.25, so we can use the 100 microliter pipette. 41.25, so it's 41.2, and somewhere between the 2 and the 3. Forward and reverse are done. One attack is done. Here's the probe. Pre-wetting. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do like a gentle vortex, and hopefully not too much of it goes on the sides, just to mix it all. It's not terrible. It's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, this is why we do the safety factor of 55. You can even do more if you feel more comfortable, just because there's going to be volume loss. So you want to make sure you have the right amount of volume for each reaction that you're putting onto the plate. Okay, here are all of our reagents, primer, probe, and master mix, and I'm going to put them back on the ice. And the primer and probe guys are at their 10 micromolar concentrations. I'm going to make aliquots of that later at the end of after making the plate, just to not have to do that right now in the middle of qPCR. So next is putting 23 microliters of this guy into every well that we're going to use. The plate that we use.
Hold on just a second.